today I'm going to show you how to onboard yourself to netman. So the first thing you are going to do is make sure that you have a MikroTik router from RB951 and navigate to netman.co.ke, and once you are on this page, just click get started for free. And the first thing that we are going to do is try and create our account here. So let's use random name, and then I'm going to use a different email. gmail.com. Going to add a password here. Then after we register, just going to log in. Okay, let's update our password. So we are going to add a company name here very quickly, and let's use uh, something like Wi-Fi done. Wi-Fi done. KE. And then we are going to say we are based on Karatina. This will be our phone number, and then you can just remove the country code. It's not necessary. After this, we are going to come back here, login. As you can see, we got assigned a subdomain here, so you can just uh, log into it next time you want to access our dashboard. And for now, we are just going to skip the tour. So the first thing you're going to do when you come here is make sure that you configure your security settings. As you can see, we didn't send any OTP to email, so we will be using Google authentication app for 2FA. So make sure you enable it here for OTP and security of your application. For now, this is a test account, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to directly go back to dashboard, and as you can see, we don't have much going on here because it's a fresh account. So the first thing that you are going to want to do is create a workspace. A workspace will be like an area where you are running hotspot. It could be a town area, a rural area, it doesn't matter. This is just to separate your sites. So first thing that I'm going to do is create something like if you are in maybe Nyeri, Nyahururu, Nanyuki, you can just uh, add the name of the area. So for example, I can use something like Karatina town site, and then I can decide to add a description or leave it like that, and then I'm going to choose a theme for this workspace. You don't have to, it's absolutely like optional. Once you create a workspace, just click on the workspace and create a router. Add a router at this workspace, and this router will be our main MikroTik router. MikroTik, and then support contact. This is the phone number or email that your users or your customers are going to contact you through. This will be maybe cutting down support. I'm going to use the phone number. I can just use this. You don't have to select it or add it now while you create your router. You can just go back to organization settings, and you're going to manage the support contacts there. For payment gateway, we are not going to be using gateway right now. uh, because we don't have any. We are going to be configuring that later, but first of all, let's finish with our router configuration. Once we get this router, as you can see, we are under router menu, and you can see we have a few items there. So we are going just to go directly to router settings, and then router configuration section here. So if you are running router OS version 7 plus plus, you can go ahead and use WireGuard. Otherwise, you can just use layer 2. You don't have to worry about these configuration details. All you need to do is come down here and view script, and then you're going to copy this script and open your MikroTik. Let's close this. Let's try to log into this MikroTik here. This unconfigured MikroTik, so we don't have anything here. You can just set up password. We don't want to see that. So once you do that, just paste our script here and click enter. Give it a moment. It's going to set up a few things, and we are going to just wait and monitor just in case we have an error that we need to troubleshoot. But in the meantime, let's give it a minute or two. Okay, we are almost done, and I think everything is done. As you can see, it says the script was executed successfully, and also the configurations were completed successfully as well. So one thing that I want you to note is that if you encounter any errors here, either with updating the API successfully here, or reporting back to the netman successfully, or this section here about WireGuard, you're going to see a message down here. You're just going to come copy this, or just go to WireGuard and then copy the public key and bring it back to this configuration page here. But for our configuration here, we didn't get any issues. Maybe because our internet is stable. Sometimes the internet is not very stable, and maybe we can have an internet drop while we are trying to configure, and maybe we fail to update or synchronize with netman. So the router may complete configuration successfully, but again we fail to update statuses like router has been configured successfully, or maybe we don't maybe send over the WireGuard public key over to the netman. So we need to do that manually, a few steps here. It's just easy and simple. You're going to see the instruction here just in case anything fails. So for our case here, the configuration is done. You don't have to do anything, don't have to change anything from there. Let's go come back to dashboard. Give it a moment. As you can see, router status is online and healthy, and you can see our resource usage here, the board we are running, and also the version of the router OS. So once you do that, that means the configuration settings are done with the router. Then you can just come back and add your packages. Go back one step to workspace level here. This Karatina workspace, come to profiles. I just want to get one profile very quickly for hotspot. I can say I leave this 1 GB of data. Select profile types. This is going to be hotspot. Description maybe 1 GB, 1 1 GB varied 24 hours maybe, for example, and then price maybe let's say 20 shillings. Data remit is 1 GB. As you can see here down below, you can format your data like this. You have to format it exactly like that. And for example, here we said it's 1 day. Okay, and then speed, let's keep it 10 Mbps and 5 Mbps down. So shared users, maybe I can say I'm going to allow 2 users. And maybe for example I can reduce this to 5. Okay, and then create profile. Let's see, just validate like everything is okay, and then go back to routers, come to view router profiles, and notice that if you have multiple routers, the profile we just created, we can just add it to multiple routers. So all you need to do is just come to this as assign profiles to router page, and then select the profile that you want to assign to. That could be PPOE, it could be hotspot, and then just click assign. And then after that we are going to just go back to router for confirmation. IP, you don't have to do this, you can just check the configuration or sync status from the netman. So users profiles, as you can see we have 1 GB. So the profile has been synchronized successfully. As hotspot users, we don't have any. PPO users or PPO accounts, we don't have any. And to add a PPO account, you can come to create a PPO account, and then you have to add customer, uh, or you can add customer data. You can create an account here and then add customer data, but my recommendation is to go back to organization dashboard and then customers, add your customers here. Just basic information like name, phone number, email, and address are optional, but I think address is important for you to know like where your customer is, and it will be easier for you to get these details when they have a technical problem and you need to visit them. So I think that's all for this video, and before I leave I want to show you something. Under router settings, and then you're going to see this section here, run endpoints. You can just click fetch. Let's give it a moment because it's going to be fetching from the router. This is going to pull all your ports from the Ethernet and also the Wi-Fi. So this is what happens. So if you want to enable hotspot to go through these Ethernet ports, you can just mark it and add them to the bridge or hotspot bridge. And also the same thing if you want this Wi-Fi to uh, this is the Wi-Fi being produced by the MikroTik router that we are configuring. So if you want it also to add it the bridge so that it can be, people can be charged when they access it, you can do that as well. For now I'm just going to rename this to something like my hotspot, and then I'm going to save that. It might disconnect me, so let me just connect back to it. It's taking long because I think I I am disconnected just from the renaming it. I'm just going to connect back. uh, Network error, of course, it has been renamed. So if we try to fetch ports again, so you can see it's now saying my hotspot. and then we are going to add it to the bridge. Let me read the ports for now because I don't have any routers connected to them, and I'm just going to add or apply run 1 to the hotspot bridge. Let's give it a minute. I think it is also going to kick me out, so let me switch to another hotspot here. Okay, don't worry about network error, everything is okay. And then we are going to bind hotspot to the bridge. Give it a moment. Right, I have been disconnected because we did. Okay, we are not connected to the router now from the PC. And we make sure let's connect back to the hotspot. All right, just a moment. Let's try to update. Notice that when you are not connected to the router, you're not going to be able to log in or discover your MikroTik router, so you can either use the Ethernet directory. Okay, so let's try to connect to my hotspot now. It is connecting. We are connected now, but we do not have any packages bought, so you're going to be redirected to packages page to purchase something. And as you can see, this is the hotspot package that we added, so we can just try to buy, but it's not going to work because we have not configured any payment gateway. So the next step will be to come to organization revo here, then come to settings, gateway settings here. So uh, let's try to use this. Activate this. Okay, before we go back, let's make sure you can be able to add a gateway. So you're going to maybe add something like Kopo Kopo if you have, or just M-Pesa, right? So you can just give a gateway name and then choose whether it's Kopo Kopo, and then you're going to add the credentials here, there from Kopo Kopo, or maybe M-Pesa. We are also going to add the KCB. I think they have a new API for SDK. We are going to integrate it here. But if you don't have M-Pesa credentials, I think Kopo Kopo is a little bit easier to obtain credentials, and it takes a shorter time. So I would recommend that. But in the long run, for a more reliable solution, just go for the M-Pesa pay bill or till number that is supported by API or M-Pesa API. So let's go back to routers and then router configuration, router settings, edit this router, and then down here you're just going to come to, you can select this as your SMS gateway, no problem, and then M-Pesa gateway. All right, so just update the router, and then once we come back here, we can retry All right, just a moment. Let's try again. This might not work actually because this is the system gateway, and okay, all right. Let's try to pay. This is system gateway. It's not allowed to explicitly correct money using it because this you're supposed to apparently register for your own gateway. So this is just for me to test. So I don't recommend you using this because the money will not be credited to your account. Okay, as you can see, let's do a speed test now. In the meantime, let's go back to this page here. Under router settings again, we have different configurations here. If you want to show or whatever information that you want to show to the package at the on the packages page, you can just select data remits. If you want to show this something like 1 GB, time remit, also rate remit, ignore the rate remit, also cost, that is important. Shared users, you can maybe shared users, it is the same thing as shared devices. All right, so what else do we have? I'm just trying to show you important configurations here. Also there is the package shop appearance. For now we have like a card design as you saw earlier. We have another option that doesn't have the graphics. It's just cards without graphics. The image that you show, for example, this image here. What else do we have here? Okay, we also have a uh, flat design here that doesn't have like any images, just some description there and buy button. And also you can choose the button color here, headings color and whatnot, the background. You can play around with that. Also, if you're using the card design, you can select different cards. You can select from various cards. For example, if I can try to use let's try to use this. Let's save and see if the card is going to be shown here. I'm not sure you're going to see that, but you can try to change and go back to the packages page and see how it looks. Also, one thing that I want to mention before we end this video is the ability to import your packages. Also, import you're going to have import packages, import PPO users, import hotspot users. So if you already have like packages in your router, you have users in your router, you can just come to this page, just check mark the packages that you want to import, and then import them. And then after you import packages, of course we are going to import PPO users and hotspot users to the system. Okay, let's run this now. I just want to make sure that the 5 Mbps that we limited is working, because the package that we just bought is 1 GB valid for 20, I think I don't remember whether it was 1 hour or 1 day, and the upload and download speed we configured it to 5 Mbps. I think we are okay, and this marks the end of our video here. Just let me know what you want me to talk about next, and see you there. Bye bye.